Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. We all know what is happening around us in this world, but we are still sitting unconcerned, believing that we are not part of what is happening in the world. Because if we do, there are certain measures that we expect our leaders to be taking, and it's as if nothing concerns us. And all we do is to see what is happening between Iran, Israel, and the United States of America to be far from Africa. But now the whole world is seeing this to be a global war, because the war is now shifted to the Indian Ocean, where we find the Indian Ocean touching East Africa. So this is now a global war and not a local thing anymore. There's this video I want to share with you. A brother who is a policeman in the United States of America sending a strong warning to us in Africa, because we believe that we are not part of this. The message is simple. We know that Iran is a wounded lion, and Iran is going after every nation that is hosting US military bases. Yes, and their message is simple. You are never their enemy until you allow your soil to be used against them. The moment you do that, your nation becomes a war zone. They will target you because you have allowed their enemy. And this is the message from our brother who is in the United States of America, telling us to fight, the youth to rise, so that together we allow our leaders to take out all these foreign bases. One, these foreign bases are not protecting our interests. They are protecting the interests of the master. When I use the word the master, some of you think that I am bowing down to them. No. You should understand the context in which I am using it, because we know there can never be. This is a warning to all of us in Africa. Our leaders must understand that what is happening in Iran is spreading. It's no longer at one place. And these bases that have been in the Gulf nations, the Arab nations, and they believe that having these bases will provide them a shield, is turning out to be false.
Hello, my fellow Africans. As a concerned United States citizen, this video is for you, my fellow Africans. I want you guys to listen to me here. Let me tell you one thing. If you have a U.S. embassy in your country, you have a U.S. base in your country, make sure you tell your president to close all those U.S. embassy or all those U.S. bases, because Iran is coming. Yes, you have a U.S. embassy in your country. The embassy is not giving you a visa. Why will you keep them there now? You have an American embassy. The American embassy is not giving you guys a visa. Why will you keep them? Why? Iran is coming. Nobody can underestimate what is going on today. Hey, Iran, right now, the information that people are gathering, Iran is getting ready to hit all these U.S. embassies now. Nobody knows what is going to happen. So to protect you people, it's very important for you guys to tell your African president to close all the U.S. embassies. Because if they don't close it, if Iran comes, let me tell you, do you know that right now, as I am talking with you, Cyprus has been bombed. And the information that we are having is Israel that bombed Cyprus. Do you guys know that the French troops in Lebanon, they have been bombed yesterday? Do you know who bombed them? The information we are getting is Israel, because right now things are not looking good. So what Israel is trying to do here is to bomb other countries so that those countries can think it's Iran that bombed them, so that those countries can come and help them. But America and Israel, they underestimate Iran. Yes, they don't know Iran was having all these bombs. They don't know Iran was armed up to the teeth. You see today, Iran is launching bombs. All those bombs are landing in Israel. My people, I, as a concerned United States citizen, it's a privilege to be an American citizen, and it's a blessing to be an American citizen. But this war has nothing to do with us. We, the Americans, we stand with the people of Iran. This war has nothing to do with we, the Americans. This is Israel war, and we, the United States citizens, we stand with the people of Iran. Hey, Donald Trump is trying to bring a war here so that people can forget about this Epstein file. We know that the president of the United States is a pedophile. That man is a bigot. Donald Trump is very dangerous. That man is one of the most dangerous men at this moment we have on earth. And he is the pedophile protector. Right now, Americans are dying. Why can Donald Trump send his own son? Donald Trump has a son. He can send his son to go and die. But today, our fellow Americans are there sacrificing their life for a war for Israel.
Well, the Americans have not hidden the reasons for those bases. They have made it very clear is to protect American interests in Africa. What are the American interests in Africa? The American interest in Africa is not to protect the African people. That's not an American interest. One discernible American interest in Africa is minerals, to protect their access to strategic minerals. Today, DRC holds about 70% of the world's cobalt deposits. Zambia, which is a neighbor to DRC, also has got huge deposits. Niger holds 70% of the world's uranium deposits. DRC has uranium, Zambia has uranium, Namibia has uranium. These are strategic minerals. These are what the Americans are protecting. Protecting from who? From us, the Africans, the owners of these minerals? Certainly not. They are trying to protect, to monopolize these minerals, these strategic minerals. Keep away primarily China. Their talk is about China. But China is not an enemy of Africa. We have never been colonized by China. There is no single African country that was a colony of China. Even today, China has never colonized and is not intending to colonize an African country. China has never shown any imperial interest in Africa. China was there with us. In our liberation struggles, China supported us. When the West was colonizing us, China was helping to liberate us. China was there to defend our independence, economically and otherwise. For instance, my country, Zambia, it was blockaded. All our neighboring countries were still under colonialism. We had no access to the ports from Mozambique, from South Africa, from Namibia, from Angola. We asked the Americans, the British, to help us put up a rail system to the port of Dar es Salaam. They refused. President Nyerere of Tanzania came on behalf of Zambia and Tanzania to ask the leadership of China under Chairman Mao, Zhou Enlai, for help to build a rail. China at that time did not have the capacity, but China said there's no way, they have to do it. They mobilized both the human capital, the materials that were needed, the finances that were needed. It was a very difficult task. China did not have that type of rail infrastructure in its own country, but the Chinese people were ready to build that for us. And in the process, China lost 70 of its own citizens, of its own people, in the construction of that rail. The remains of those 70 Chinese people still lie in Zambia. We have 70 Chinese people buried in Zambia today. We have Chinese solidarity that will never be forgotten, that will last forever. At that time, China did not have a single mine in Africa. They did not have a single corporation operating in Africa.
The missiles are not touching the soil of the United States of America. So this man is telling our leaders, this our brother is telling our leaders to make sure they do away with all the foreign bases. After all, Africa is not at war. When they told us for decades that they have been in the Sahel regions protecting the so-called people in the Sahel, it has turned out that these bases or troops that are there never helped us in any way. And that was why the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, Dramani Chiani, our two generals, came out to reclaim our land, because having a foreign shield is not a shield. It means you are inviting your master's enemies into your land, because like what we are seeing happening in the Gulf states or the Arab nations, it's as a result of them having US bases. If not, Iran wouldn't have targeted them. We heard the president, Masoud Pezeshkian, coming out to say that they are sorry, but they have no choice. They will never allow them to allow their enemy use their soil to attack them, and they'll be watching. So they will fight, because they're fighting for their sovereignty. A borrowed shield is not a shield. These people, we have seen what is happening to their bases all over the Arab nations. And to the point that the Arabians themselves are coming out to tell us that they have left them to the mercy of the Iranian missiles. So if they are not able to protect the Arabians, what shows that they will be able to protect you when these bases are not used in the wrong direction? Are we learning, or we are just watching what is happening in the world? Are we ready to move alongside the world? Like the Finland president said, we need to be players in this new world. If not, we'll become like a pawn in this new world. And we don't want to be ruled over again. Our leaders that we have, those in the democratic elected, these are the things that the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso saw, and they rose to fight for their total sovereignty. They rose to kick out these people. See, it is better for us to continue to live in our continent with nothing, sleeping on the bare floor, rather than to have these bases in Africa that will not give us any protection, but rather bring us trouble. Now the world is tense. Iran is now a wounded lion. And we are seeing how things are dragging things. As long as the Indian Ocean has been targeted and the Iranian sailors lost their lives, and we have this Indian Ocean touching the soil of East Africa. Africa, you are part of this war. What is our leaders doing? These people, according to reports, are not able to protect themselves. Is it we, the Africans, they can protect? African youth are calling on you, the leaders, to rise up and wash our hands off what is happening. We do not have anything to defend ourselves. The only thing we have is nuclear family. And this nuclear family cannot withstand a nuclear bomb. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to be in a world where Africa is kept behind. We are only observers. But the same leaders will come and tell us that we should not be observers, we should be spectators. Yet the leaders do not want to be active. Why will you continue to allow Africa to be behind? This is a warning to you. We don't want these military bases, our leaders. We are pleading with you. The African leaders, we don't need these military bases. If you are not able to build your own security, you should know that you are just not a sovereign nation. Sovereignty should mean that we are able to provide our own security. Foreign shield is not a shield, oh, African leaders. Foreign shield can never shield you, the African. What we need is our own defense, our own sovereignty. We should fight for that. So will we continue to be watching? The youth of Africa are calling you to stop this thing. We don't need foreign protection. All we need is our sovereignty for us to build our own defense, because we have realized that the only shield that we have is what we ourselves have built. So it's better we are hungry and have peace and have our own defense system, rather than to be sleeping on a borrowed mat where the owner can just kick us out at any time of the night. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world and in the United States of America.